I have with me retired Justice A.K. Rajan, who had given his report to the Tamil Nadu government on the NEET examination, the mandatory medical entrance test, on the basis of which the Tamil Nadu government has passed a bill asking for scrapping of the NEET and to have plus two marks based medical admission. Justice, thank you very much for your time. In your recommendations, you have said that the system of NEET favors the elite students and it's against students studying in Tamil medium schools and also from rural areas.
It is anti-poor, anti-rural people. It only helps affluenced and those who can afford to sacrifice 2 years study, sacrifice money for 2 years, like that. It only helps affluence.
Means who can afford coaching centers.
Waste 2 years of study. We can repeatedly write this exam. There is no limit for number of attempts you can appear, and there is no age limit also. Any number of age you can appear. In North India already it is reported in a report also. We have stated that one person from after retirement from government service passed NEET and joined medical college. Or do we want such persons to become doctors after 60 years? What is the use? What will be the use to the public, general public? Right. It will not be.
Right. NEET is now available in Tamil, in all major vernacular languages.
Even if it is there, whether it is in Tamil or whether it's in English, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. So, first of all, why should there be another test? The test they pass is run by the government of Tamil Nadu or government of each state. If we don't believe that government, we cannot believe any other government. Why should we discriminate there? It is not a private institution that gives a certificate. It is only government gives certificate that you are eligible to pursue further higher studies. That is a certificate given by the government after passing the +2 examination. Then is it not sufficient? Why should there be another test by some other authority?
When someone is unable to crack NEET, doesn't it reflect lack of knowledge, lack of standards on the side of those students?
No, the question does not arise at all. Why should there be a second one? See, when when one test is sufficient, why do you want another test and say there is a lack of knowledge, lack of this thing? It is not necessary.
Second test. My question of lack of knowledge
doesn't arise because if they do not have the knowledge, sufficient adequate knowledge, they cannot pass +2 also. In the +2, it is not as if a person who getting 40% go into medical college. Only person who get 99.8%, 98, 97, or depending upon the OC, BC and SC, everything is above 98, not below.
So help us understand, Justice. In your study, what have you found out? People scoring very high marks in +2 don't crack NEET, is it?
That is what Anita's case. Anita she got 200 out of 200, 199 point something like that she got, but still she could not crack NEET because there is a negative marks also there. If you score 50 marks and you give wrong answer, marks are reduced. There also get reduced marks. That may be the reason. And secondly, a rural area student, she was afraid of facing a competitive examination run by the government of India or its authority.
In that case, shouldn't we prepare them better than scrapping NEET?
See, question of preparing itself is unnecessary. Why should there be another test at all? That is, we are standing on the basic question. Why should there be another test? So then you abolish +2, bring everybody, those who can write NEET, even after 15 years, let them write and pass through. You can have only NEET examination. Why should you have a +2?
Right. Is there any other finding? One side you say people who score 95, 98, 99% don't get NEET. Is there the other side as well? People who score low in +2 cracking NEET.
See, the basic requirement, minimum mark is 50% in +2. All those persons can write NEET. So those persons who are unable to get high marks and get into the NEET, they go out. In the affluent society, so far as the affluent societies are concerned, they go to private colleges. Private colleges, the basic minimum cutoff mark is being reduced periodically, time to time. So in our record shows, data shows, a person who got just 22% of marks in NEET, in another case 18.5% marks, they also got admitted in some medical colleges, in some private medical colleges, after paying a large sum of money. So there it is only the money, how much money you are going to pay, only they get it. If you give more money, even for lesser mark, you can get through.
The message is?
Message is, if you must have the money to get into the medical college.
So private colleges admit students with a low NEET score.
Low marks, yes. Not everybody. There are instances like that.
So your message is NEET does not ensure standards.
Definitely does not ensure standards. That means you must for that the proposition is the standard you are maintaining in plus 2 is not adequate. Only if that is there, the second question arises. Right. We don't accept that.
You've also raised the issue of NEET affecting social justice. How is that?
See, everybody is not equal. Equal in the sense, opportunities are different. It is only the opportunity that makes a man. Unless you get opportunity, you cannot achieve anything. So even to achieve, you must get opportunity. To achieve something, you must get opportunities. My report starts only with the wording: opportunity makes a man. Opportunity helps achievement, helps advancement, which results in getting achievement. So opportunity for the rural area people comes only after going into the medical college. You stop them before entering into medical college. Thereby you are preventing the entire health system itself. It will affect the health system as a whole. That is being followed in Tamil Nadu.
But many point out that even in the NEET-based medical admission, they conform to the reservation norms, certain percentage for BCs, SCs and STs. So social justice is ensured, they claim.
Social justice does not mean only this. See, for that the minimum, the prerequisite is they must pass NEET. So a person who is unable to pass NEET are there in so many thousands in rural areas. They are also capable of studying. After getting marks in plus 2, they are not able to pass NEET. Therefore, they don't come into. So only after passing NEET, you are ensuring reservation. There is no doubt about it. But reservation does not mean social justice. Does not mean only to social justice only to affluence or advanced area people. Even rural area people must come up.
Assuming
what is the outcome? Outcome is you are only urban area people comes into medical college. Rural area people are not coming into medical college into this stream. Is it not affecting social justice? It does.
If NEET is scrapped, won't we get back to the earlier system of mushrooming of tuition centers, pressure to score very, very high in plus 2? It will have its own problems again.
Pressure to score high marks is always there, no doubt about it. But the studying and getting higher marks in plus 2 is different from getting higher marks in NEET. Right. That's the whole problem. See, you must test the student on the subject he studies. You cannot test the students on a subject he did not study and say you are unfit.
Only Tamil Nadu is making this a huge issue, Justice, not yes. a single other state.
Yes, I answered this question even earlier to some other person. We are the forerunners. Tamil Nadu is the forerunner for many issues, on many issues. For example, reservation. Reservation is Tamil Nadu is the forerunner. No doubt about it. Every other state, we have to follow this. Then, regarding social justice to the women, advancement of women, empowerment of women, Tamil Nadu runs first. Midday meal scheme, Tamil Nadu was the forerunner. When all other states did not give midday meals, Tamil Nadu gave midday meals. That is why education came up. Students studied in education. So in so many areas, we are the forerunners. We think in advance. Other people are not allowed to think. That's what I would say.
But it's not a disadvantage. The central government may say no others comply, so you're a minority. It doesn't matter.
That question itself is not correct. Just because somebody else do not answer, should I not ask that? Should not the Tamil Nadu government ask? We know what is the problem. Right. We know where it affects Other people will understand after some time, maybe. I do not belittle, I do not suspect, I do not belittle their standard of thinking like that. We are trained to think. See, Tamil Nadu people are trained to think by the Dravidian movement. That is the basic thing. We think independently. Others, I don't doubt, I don't say anything against any other state people. We have been taught to think every question, analyze everything, then you decide yourself.
Many also cite Supreme Court saying that NEET is to stay. So there's no question of changing this.
See, Supreme Court is only declaring whether a question law is valid or not. So when there is no law, Supreme Court said you introduce NEET. When there was no law, now there is a law. Then that order under the Sankalp case, Sankalp Charitable Trust case in 2014, was direction was given because there was no provision at the time, and there was no provision. So under 142, that order was passed. Any order passed under section Article 142 of the Constitution is only temporary in nature till Parliament makes a law on the subject. So after it, the Sankalp judgment was given on 28/4/2014, and 24 or 20, some dates are different maybe. On 28/5/2014, nearly after 3 weeks, 10D was introduced into Medical Council of India's Act. So only this Act confers the power, legal status to conduct NEET. But even before that, 2010, a notification was issued to conduct NEET. That was not valid at all. A notification issued without backing of a law is not a valid law. It is a dead law. It has no life at all. That cannot be revived. But Supreme Court said it revives. Supreme Court said it 2010 notification is valid. You apply it. But after that, 10D was introduced. Once 10D was introduced, the judgment of the Supreme Court no more is holding the field. It is only 10D was holding the field. Under 10D of the MC Act, entrance tests were conducted. Now the National Medical Council Act has come into force in 2020. Therefore, this Act is now holding the field.
So exemption can still be granted despite the Supreme Court order.
Supreme Court order does not prohibit grant of exemption, because it is now we are asking exemption for the NMC Act, National Medical Commissions Act. Only for this Act we are asking for exemption. We are not asking for exemption of the Supreme Court judgment. Supreme Court judgment does not hold the field now, because when the Act came into force, that order passed under 142 is no more valid. No more hold the field. So till that till Parliament passes an enactment, that law will be, we are bound by that law. That law no more binding, because it is law has taken the place.
And just this going by Tamil Nadu's argument, do you think in course of time there could be similar demand for exemption from IITs as well, IIT exams?
Likely. What is wrong in that? Nothing wrong in that. Nothing wrong.
IAS, IPS, civil services?
So that is different. Civil services is different because that is employment. We are not questioning the conduct of test and the examination for employment. This is questioning only the examination, competitive examination, like NEET, for entering into educational institutions. That is a different aspect altogether.
Lastly, Justice, shouldn't Tamil Nadu be focusing on improving the quality of school education, as many argue, instead of claiming exemption from NEET?
See, claiming exemption is different, improving standard is different. See, the standard was improved in the 2006 or 7 when the DMK government was there. They introduced Samachir Kalvi. Samachir Kalvi was a very good syllabus according to the education experts. Some people, some vested interest people, deliberately propagated that Samachir's Kalvi is not good. It is below standard. So newspapers, media people all supported that. They published it. They gave a publicity, and everybody thought Samachir's Kalvi is not good. But that is not a fact. The educationist also endorsed that Samachir's Kalvi was very good.
Have you studied the syllabus?
I did not study, but educationists say it is a very good syllabus. And education is a growing subject. It is growing every day. So you have to change the syllabus as and when necessity arises.
Lastly, again, Justice, some argue that over the last 2 years, I think from last year onwards, the number of students from government schools getting selected for medical admission through NEET has increased. So, your argument for exemption no longer holds, they say.
No, that is because you find our see. I have to go into my data now. So there are data which shows most of the government school students who have got the number which has increased now are all repeaters. Most of them are repeaters. That is, 98% are repeaters. Only 1 or 2% is fresh fresh candidates, first generation. All the other things, most of the students are repeaters. You go to the medical college, you just visit any medical college now, see the first year students, see their age. That will be completely different from what it was originally in the earlier before NEET. So now those who are repeated twice or thrice, only they come to the first year student. Their thinking faculty has been reduced for the past 2 years. They don't study anything else except this NEET subject. So the thinking process has been curtailed, has been blocked. It is not easy to recoup subsequently. And older people are now occupying the first year's group.
But their argument is many government school students, right from class 12, they directly get into medical college.
No, directly they are not in the first generation students. Only due to the reservation of 7.5%, even their repeaters only got into the medical college. Even that 7.5% is mostly by repeaters.
Is it the quota that has enabled them, or is it they've been able to crack it on par with other people?
No, those repeaters got admitted into medical colleges. Not they are the majority numbers. 90%, 98%. You will see in course of time, except those repeaters, first generation students will not enter into medical college.
Right. Thank you so much, Justice, for your time. That was retired Justice A.K. Rajan talking to us. It's based on his recommendations. The Tamil Nadu government has passed a bill seeking exemption from NEET and to pay way for +2 marks-based medical admission. It could become a long-drawn legal battle, though. In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find TV.